You kind of touched on this earlier, but it sounds like, as you're saying, regional air mobility will unlock some economic benefit for smaller communities. Could you maybe dive into that a little bit more?
Yeah, I'd love to. I think there's a tremendous amount of, and we've seen over the past 3 years, I think it's something on the order of 70% of airports either lost service completely or have reduced departures. So 70% of our entire airport infrastructure and route structures have been reduced by 70%. And this is something. This is really why I'm so passionate about RAM is how it benefits these smaller cities, smaller communities. And I think it really hits home for me. I live in Southeast Virginia. This is where I grew up. This is where I was born and raised. And I think this is it's really all about access to me. And so I live in one of those smaller cities. We lost 2/3 of our destinations in the past 6 months. I can fly to one other airport from my airport, and it's really expensive to fly that one flight. And so, if I actually want to fly affordably, I've got to drive about an hour, hour and a half. If I want to fly direct, then probably 3 hours, 3.5 hours to get to an airport that really gets me the right kind of connectivity, right cost for that kind of flight. And so, really, it's being able to provide that new type of service. And it's not just passenger travel, it's also the goods that we're bringing to a lot of these small communities right now. It's been really cool to see in our cargo feeder operations, right? We start at these big hub airports, but then we go out to these smaller, Manteo and Kirksville, Missouri, and Tillamook, Oregon, to get all of your ice cream, right? I mean, I think these are the types of places that have really lost so much service, both in bringing goods and people in and out of those communities. And there's just such a, I think y'all have mentioned in several of your podcasts, right? 861 different types of jobs in aviation, right? There's so much opportunity to be brought to these small communities, and there's this kind of cycle that we can start to bring in as we bring more flights in. I think it's something on the order of 4 times impact on GDP through those aviation related jobs, tourism, and just general commerce. And as that increases, right, the ability to fly over the local airport is one of the biggest factors in bringing businesses into that community, is to have that access, have that level of connectivity. And so then, as businesses move in, workers and families move in, and then it gets into that cycle, right? Is there's more people there, you can bring more flights, and you start to reinvigorate a lot of these small communities, which is just such an incredible opportunity for us to really pull together.